Hey guys, this is Sean with Here's the Light, and on this channel we tug at the threads of human understanding to help improve our lives and the lives of those around us and those we most care about. Alright, so on this video right here, I'm addressing a topic brought up by someone in my friends group on Facebook. I'm not going to give you her exact name, but she'll know who she is when she hears this video here. And so this topic is depression. Alright? And I want to talk to you about this in a very serious fashion, okay? Because, I mean, I have done a video about this before, and I addressed very specifically that depression is a real thing. This is not something that's just, depression. And that's how it gets tossed around, man, that it's just like a feeling or just like something you can pull yourself out of on your own with your own willpower, right? But no, I'm talking about depression that affects your mind, that affects your body. Alright? Depression is real. And I'm going to reference this other video, guys. Alright, so in that video I discuss how if you've ever had the flu, for how long the flu takes to go through your system. Now I'm talking about the real flu. I'm not talking about like sniffles and colds. I'm talking about you get tested, you have the flu, you have 103 temperature, and you feel like you want to die. That flu. Okay? Influenza. If you've ever had that, alright? If you've ever had that actually diagnosed for like those 3 to 4 day, period or whatever that is, then you know what it's like for a person to have depression for weeks, months, years of their life. Yeah, that's real. And we know that's the case, okay? Because of what happens literally in our brain with the neurobiology, all right? So what happens during depression is there are certain neuroreceptors and certain neurochemicals, and I don't understand all the brain science behind it, but basically that are depleted. That's why they call it a chemical imbalance, all right? For whatever reason, they're depleted. And what we also know about the flu is that as the body fights off the flu, that those same chemicals in the brain become depleted, creating the experience of depression. And that's why it's very interesting to me that the exact thought, like the precise thought, is when you have the flu that you wish you were dead. Okay? Does anyone else think that's weird out there? That having a biological illness would trigger a thought like that? Would trigger that specific thought? I mean, why isn't the thought, I wish I was missing the left, my right arm, or my left pinky, or why is it that specific that I wish that I was dead, right? That blows my mind. I don't understand how that works, but it's real. We know that. So the first thing is, depression is real. It's as real as the flu, okay? The second thing is this. No, you don't pull yourself out of this all by yourself. Despite what you get encouraged to do by Uncle whoever who's done everything on his own and has never had to see anybody for help in his life, you don't do this on your own. Because even Uncle whatever who's trying to tell you to do it on your own is doing what? He's telling you how to do it. You see, it's kind of like he's just kind of like defeating his own argument by trying to give you instruction. Usually how that works out. So anyhow, you don't do it on your own. This is what I'm trying to communicate, is that when you're dealing with this, one of the biggest issues is that you will start to isolate yourself. Isn't that weird that you'll feel the need to do it alone, but that also makes the depression worse, right? It's like, I have to take care of it on my own. I gotta do it on my own. But then that does what? That creates isolation, and it pulls you further and further away from the sources of help, right? And it feeds itself, I just can't get around anybody today. I can't get around it. So we stay at home, and then we're at home alone, and what does that do? It feeds that feeling of depression, right? I'll never be able to leave the home. I'll never be able to leave the home. You see what happens? So we can't do this on our own. No matter how much we think we can, to deal with this, we're going to need to ask for help. All right? That's a huge step in dealing with depression, is finding someone, finding something, finding some activity or someone to ask for help. And you know, there's a 1,000 ways, you know, and maybe you need to find a way that is, I don't know, maybe you need to call a hotline right now because you're alone and you don't see any other way out and you're contemplating ending your own life. Maybe you need to call a suicide hotline that will put you in touch with someone local to you who gives a flip about people, right? You see what I'm saying? Because you can't do it alone. In reaching out, there is no shame in reaching out to a hotline, okay? And asking for help. I'll disclose this. The first time that I had to call my own counselor and ask for a unscheduled session, I didn't know. I really don't know how or where or why I got to that place. All I know is that when I woke up that morning, I needed someone to talk to. Bad. Like, real bad. And I needed someone to talk to then. That's what I'm talking about. Having someone you can reach out to. Find someone you can reach out to. There's someone out there, I guarantee you, who wants to know, who wants to help. Okay? So you're not going to be doing this on your own. And here's the last thing, guys, I want to tell you, is that there is help. There is treatment, and there is actually getting better. People do get better from depression. And I know if you're suffering from depression right now, you're like, okay, yeah, sure. You've never known depression. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, sure. I've never seen that. I've never seen that in my life, right? And I know there is because I have seen it in others' lives. I mean, as a counselor, I work with people, and I've worked with some people for long periods of time that were severely affected by depression, okay? And no, not everyone that I've seen or met or worked with has gotten better. No. But people do. People do get better. And lives can be changed. And yes, you can change your life. And yes, you can live a life that has more joy in it. It's possible. But the first step you have to realize, like I said earlier, is that this thing is real, and that means it's going to require real work. Like I said in step number 2, it's real, and therefore you're going to have to reach out and talk to somebody and find somebody, because you're not going to do it on your own, okay? And the third thing is this: yes, it's real, and therefore, yes, we can get better, all right? There was probably a time in your life that you can remember that you were not depressed. Or maybe there's not. Maybe there's not a time in your life where you can remember feeling happy for any extended period of time. And if that's the case, I'm going to strongly encourage you to find someone to speak to right now. So as I wrap up this serious talk today, I want to give you one homework assignment. Listen to these 3 steps. Know it's real. Know that you need someone else to help you. And then number 3, know that help is possible. So wherever you are at in this continuum of understanding how real this is, or how you need to reach out, or knowing that, you know, help is possible, take a step. So maybe it's today calling a friend and saying, hey, I need to just talk. Or maybe it's today calling a counselor and going, hey, I need to get set up for sessions. We know guys, that this stuff is real from a scientific and biological basis. We know we can't do it on our own, right? And we know that help is possible, all right? Do the research. Is depression treatable? Yes, it is. It is, and people can live full and productive lives, okay? This is Light, guys, and I encourage you to take a step in dealing with that depression today.